First, to kick things off, give me your take on the recent price action that we've been seeing. A lot of volatility. What do you make of it?
Well, listen, we had a spectacular rally, right? We were around $4,000 per Bitcoin, say 2 months ago. We traded up as high as 13.8. And so the last $3,000 of that was really a parabolic move where everyone got excited. And they got excited for real reasons. They got excited because of Facebook. They got excited because of Uber and MasterCard and Visa all saying, hey, we want to participate in the cryptocurrency world. And so all of a sudden this went from guys like Nouriel Roubini saying, hey, this is all, tulips, to the biggest companies in the world saying we're going to participate, on top of Yale and Harvard and Stanford's endowments participating. And so all of a sudden, the question around institutionalization has been answered. And now it's a question of taking, the time to build out the systems. And so people are rushing in. They're rushing into front-run institutional accounts. And things got a little bit carried away, and now we're in a consolidation. So we've kind of went up to 14,000, back down to 10,000. I think we're at 10.8 right now. And I think you're going to see the market consolidate between 10,000 and 14,000 for a while before it takes off the next leg higher. And the next leg higher probably comes in the new wave of institutions, the state of X, state of Wisconsin, or the Texas Municipal Teachers Union, until those guys start coming in. And then you'll see Bitcoin, go towards the old highs, 20,000 and higher.
Well, when you say parabolic move, our ears perk up. Talk to me about when you sold, which was arguably, in hindsight, a very smart decision. You said that you wish you had sold more. What is your next price at which you'd be another seller?
Listen, it's someone that's out of context. By the time I was on TV, the market had fallen 20%. So of course, I'd wish I'd sold more. I did think we had gone parabolic and there was too much energy in the market, and I think we're going to consolidate. And, we're buyers. I'm a buyer below. I trade a portion of my core Bitcoin position all the time. I don't think I'm selling the next time up to 14,000. I think, the next time we get up there, or the second time we get up there, it's probably closer to 20,000. And so I don't expect that in the next few weeks. Quite frankly, I probably don't expect it towards the middle to the end of the fourth quarter. And I think we're going to see this, I say, a kind of a period of consolidation. But what's interesting is, Nouriel lost the debate. I was with him in Las Vegas and bet him when it was 6,000 a year from then it would be higher. He's lost the debate because all the big institutions, Microsoft is building their identity solution on the blockchain. And these are big companies.
Right. So talk to me more about critics like Dr. Nouriel Roubini, who came out at that blockchain summit and said that he doesn't believe in it because there's massive amounts of price manipulation. How do you respond to that?
Listen, it's a new technology, and there's lots of hype around it, and so there has been price manipulation. It's being weeded out, right? You're getting exchanges that are being regulated. You're getting real players in the game. You're getting more and more pipes, ways for people to participate, right? TD Ameritrade, pretty soon you'll be able to buy Bitcoin on your TD Ameritrade account. That's a big, big deal, right? Because the general population hasn't signed up and got a Coinbase wallet yet, or a Circle wallet yet. And so what we're going to see over the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months is more and more ways you can buy this stuff. I would bet you within 2 years, MasterCard and Visa accept Bitcoin with their credit cards. Visa has 50 million merchants worldwide. The fact that they're part of this, Libra, the Facebook coin called Libra consortium, is a huge statement.
So talk to me about Facebook's entry into the crypto market. Does it give Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies legitimacy?
Yeah, it completely does. It completely legitimizes this whole idea of cryptocurrency, and it doesn't really compete against Bitcoin directly. Facebook is working on creating a stable, what I'll call a stable-ish coin, something to be used for payments. Currencies need to be relatively stable to be used. Otherwise, why would I spend a currency if I thought I was going to be worth a whole lot more in 3 months? And so you need lower volatility to be a payment currency. And so Bitcoin, I think, actually is legitimized by being a real hard asset It's got a fixed supply. It's very difficult to change the rules around Bitcoin. And so it becomes like a digital gold. And people don't own enough of it yet. And so I really see the price going significantly higher over the next couple of years as everyone buys just a little bit of Bitcoin.
What is there? You say the price would go higher over the next couple of years. Do you have a call?
Like I said, I think if we can get to the old high by the end of this year, every Bitcoiner will be pretty happy. But once you take out 20,000, right, it opens up, 40,000 next and much higher over time. When I think about Bitcoin, it's probably got about $160 billion market cap right now, $150 billion market cap. Gold's got an $8.5 trillion market cap. And so Bitcoin has a long way to go before it replaces gold. And it has very similar features, right? Gold's got a limited supply. You can take all the gold that's ever been mined in the history of the world and fill it in 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And so that's kind of a crazy statistic, right? We could build a cube of gold in Central Park, and it would be worth $8.5 trillion. Hard to get your mind around, right? And we don't use gold for much, or jewelry some, but most of it sits in vaults. And so Bitcoin, think about it as a digital gold.
Who do you see as the next big companies entering the market? We've talked about Facebook, MasterCard, PayPal. Who are some of the other big companies that you see really starting to make an investment?
I think you're going to see in time the investment banks need to move into the space. And, we're trying at Galaxy to carve out our niche before they all show up. But at one point, the foreign exchange desks are going to trade dollar yen and the euro and the Great British Pound and Libra coin and Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're going to just be parts of the financial infrastructure of the world. And so I do think the investment banks are probably going to end up moving into the space sooner rather than later.
You mentioned Ethereum. Talk to me about the divergence in price action that we've seen of Bitcoin, which is having a really big move year to date. Some of the other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Ripple, not so much. What's your take on the divergence of the price action?
Listen, Bitcoin has carved out a really interesting lane, which is digital gold. And it doesn't need to change to fulfill its mission. The way it is today is perfect to be digital gold, right? And gold's got a big market cap. Ethereum is fighting to be what I'll call Web 3.0, this decentralized supercomputer that will process tons of transactions. It's a really ambitious project, and it's not finished yet. There's a lot of technical work that needs to be done for it to scale properly, for it to be usable, on a wide range of things in a very fast way. And it's also competing against lots of other projects. And so the market got more rational. They say, okay, we still like Ethereum a lot. We like lots of its competitors, if it's EOS or things like Definity and Algorand that just launched, and Telegram is coming up soon. But they're all fighting for a different piece of the pie than Bitcoin is. And I think while it's a big pie over the long haul, we're 2 to 3 years away from really seeing traction of real growth in that lane.
Finally, Mike, cryptocurrency regulation, do we need more of it?
We need smarter regulation. I think there's a wake-up call. Right? When you think about regulators, who do they talk to? They talk to institutional people. And all of a sudden, regulators like Visa and MasterCard are going to say, guys, what are you talking about? This is important. And so regulators are going to take a much different look than they did 2 years ago. I think around the world, Facebook shocked regulators. There will be a market for money, and that gets lots of central bankers nervous and finance ministers nervous. And so I think we need smarter regulation. I think the U.S. is falling behind. They know they're falling behind. Europe, quite frankly, is ahead of the U.S. And there are places like Singapore and Bermuda. Bermuda's got this amazing insurance industry down there. They are now setting up the rules and regulations for a crypto and digital industry, where you'll see a lot of companies base themselves out of Bermuda. And so I think it's time for the U.S. to pick up the pace a little bit. My own sense is we're not going to see big changes at the SEC until Carney moves on and we get the next head of the SEC. That's a gut sense, but I'm hoping it happens faster.